Welcome to another Rolled in Reacts episode. This customer's 98 Dodge Durango had issues with refrigerant leaking out of the electrical connector for the AC pressure switch. This car drove into the shop without a fuel tank strap.
That drove here.
Customer states, bad oil pressure and my engine has no power. This mechanic was doing the timing belt on the Subaru when he discovered that the last person doing it had forgot something and things seemed a little loose. This customer came in because they complained about their car having starting issues.
Holy
Customer states, wipers come on every time I start the car. And if this vehicle is still on the road, Lord help us. This technician said that the customer had bought this Audi from an auction and insisted on only having the oil level sensor fixed. And this customer came in and asked for their tires to be patched and stated that they still had a couple thousand miles left on them. This 2002 Chevy Silverado came in for a regular oil change when the mechanic noticed this as the car was being lifted. Customer states that their 4Runner clunks while driving after having installed new OEM suspension all by themselves. And this customer had just bought this truck 2 days before coming into the shop. And this customer had parked their car on their driveway for a few weeks while being away on vacation and noticed this when they brought the car in for a regular oil change. Customer states, car starts but doesn't stay running for very long. This customer came in with their Jeep because of the ABS and traction light being on after they had installed a couple of long-range light bars by themselves. Customer states, my gas mileage is horrible and my fuel tank seems to be having a rave. And this customer had driven their car like this for about a year before finally deciding to come into the shop to have it fixed. And this fuel tank strap was holding on to dear life when the mechanic had this truck on the lift for an oil change. And this transmission came out of a semi-truck where the owner complained about rough shifts and weird sounds. And this customer came in to have the mechanic check this car out before buying it. Apparently, the current owner had stated that she was roadworthy in the ad. This customer came in because their car was leaking oil after an oil change at a quick lube shop. Apparently, they had filled the engine with ATF instead of engine oil. This customer's car had been sitting on their lawn for about 2 years and wanted to see how it was looking underneath. Customer states, weird sounds coming from my front wheel. This rear axle came off of a 2006 Nissan Frontier. Apparently the axle bearing went out, but the customer had just kept driving until ultimately having to come into the shop on a tow truck. Customer states, my rear end is all over the road.
Here's some irony for you.
And this customer came in with an oil leak after another shop had replaced the head gaskets. Apparently they had damaged the engine block in the process and tried fixing it with an epoxy. And this car came in because the customer said it wouldn't start. When the mechanic popped the hood open, he found plenty of creative solutions and lots of loose spaghetti to be the issue. Among other things, the customer had bypassed the ASD relay on 10-gauge wires, hastily grounded an old-fashioned voltage regulator, and also bypassed the fuel pump relay for some reason. This customer came in because they complained about a clunking sound coming from underneath their car. The mechanic found that the transmission mount missed quite a few bolts. And this truck got towed in because the upper ball joint broke as the customer was turning in to park on their driveway. Looking at the amount of rust on the ball joint, it seems like it's been bad for quite a while. And this Hellcat came in because the owner said that the wheel was a little bit wobbly. This 2017 Kenworth T680 semi-truck came in to have some rust fixed on the air tanks, and the technician found that the customer had not been draining them of water properly. Customer states, my engine feels sluggish. The technician found that the last time the owner had changed the oil and filter was 1999. This customer had done their own sound system and now complains about a starting issue. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and until next time.